We're seeding fall rye right now, 2nd of September. Nothing about this year was normal. This is what rye looks like. Think of rye bread. We got burned up in July and all our crops kind of stunted and ripened, so we had to silage them pretty early. So this is where we're seeding fall rye. Dad is seeding at the moment. He's going to be stopping for a fill here right away. And then we got moisture in middle of August. What else can I show you before he shows up? This is our fertilizer tank. And that is what it looks like. Awful stuff. And everything started growing again, kind of as if it was July. We're beginning of September now, and it kind of feels a little bit like July, plus it's hot. The idea with fall rye is that we are going to, we'll put it in the ground now, good moisture, it's going to germinate, and then in the springtime it's already got a root base, it's already going, and as soon as it warms up it's going to shoot up and it's going to make an awesome crop, bumper crop, and then about mid-August we will combine it. So what makes us a little bit different is the fact that we are certified organic. And what that means primarily is we are restricted on our use of chemicals and fertilizers. Weed suppression, fungicide, pesticides, salt-based fertilizers, things like that, and even getting to the cattle, that's a whole nother ball game we're not going to get into. But for the sake of fertilizer, one of the big things that we have spent countless hours on in the last 10 years is kind of refining the way in which we fertilize our crops. We're a part of a very small community of farmers that we can call early adapters on the practice of compost extraction, which is basically what it sounds like. And I'm going to go show you what that stuff looks like. It looks just like dirt, you know, compost, very well refined compost. So it is no secret that farming is getting harder, more expensive. Food is getting harder to afford, more expensive. The fertilizer that we use is extremely basic yet extremely complicated and extremely affordable. That is compost, Literally, compost. And, well, we got that compost from a guy who raises pigs. And that's kind of a different story how to make that compost, but long story short, pigs create the perfect environment for this fungi that grow, and then we take that compost and we extract it in our big tote, and we then take that compost extract along with some other things, and that's what we fertilize with. This is where we put our dry material for our fertilizer. It's just homemade. It's not our home. We didn't build it, but a very cool guy built it for us. It's just a motor with a big shaft on it, and it's an old tote that they cut the top off of. But we fill it up with water, fill it up with all of our dry material, mix it all up. Sometimes takes a couple hours to mix it all up. So what this fertilizer basically is compost extract, emulsified fish, micronized calcium, micronized soft rock phosphate, and sugar, and a little bit of molasses, just because we ran out of sugar. Okay, fertilizer. Let's call this Gatorade. Let's call this steak dinner. Our fertilizer is steak dinner. Ribeye, roast potatoes, broccoli. This stuff is Gatorade. The salt-based fertilizer that you go to Binoka Fertilizer and pick up, and you load in your air tank and you spread it. It's important, it's necessary, you can't diss it, you know? It's important. But this is our fertilizer. Everything that we put in that tank has to serve a purpose, which boils down to driving biological energy. This is biological energy, this is mineral-based energy. They both have their role, but what is naturally present in the soil is just biological energy. Everything going on right there is giving nature and life the necessary tools to start growing. All the fungi and bacteria, everything going on in there is communicating and giving off and sharing and creating energy that our crop will use to start and sustain life. Just this isn't quite enough. That's why we put all that other cool stuff in. Long story short, I guess that's our fertilizer.